scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul and seal your doom tonight.
Hello, hey there, ho there, and hello there, how are you? Yes, it's me, Elle, and welcome to my crazy world. Yes, I am still around. Still in my bed, still not 100%. Had some weird and wonderful things happening during the week, so I thought I'd just come back to say hello, and I haven't run away, I'm still here. But yeah, I'm still not quite blue. Ba-da-dee-da-dee-dee, ba-dee-da-dee-dee-doo. No? Okay. Hello. Yeah, no, I just haven't had the chance to turn myself blue yet, but it's still happening. So I did cut my hair by myself, and it's a little bit shorter, believe it or not. I'm not looking through my fringe, which was down to here. So yeah, I'm back to slightly normalish. Don't use that word because it's rude. Alright, so anyway, enough of my babbling. I just thought, well, seeing I haven't got anything done yet, I was going to get you get to show you photos of my purchases, but my photographer is not here at the moment. So she's off doing her own little bits and pieces, which is, you know, allowed. I'll allow it because I'm a wonderful person. Anyway, so photos have not been done yet. So I thought I'd tell you about my adventure last week. I decided to go and get my ears pierced again. But not just any normal piercing. I went and got my snugs done, and if you're wondering what the heck is a snug, a snug is, I'll just come a little bit closer, the piercing right there in the middle, that part there, yeah, you can sort of see it on this side too, and up there, yep, they're my snugs. Well, everybody's got them, so I actually was thinking of getting, well, I wanted to get the helix done, but when I said, you know, what I wanted to get done, they, because I got it wrong, I said snugs, whereas I wanted the helix, but had snugs on my brain because Sarah, my niece, was telling me about them, and I said, oh, they sound pretty cool, and of course that got stuck in my head, so it's your fault, Sarah, but I still love you. Mwah. Anyway, so I got them done, and nobody told me how painful it was going to be. And can I tell you that out of a 10, it was a pretty good 9.9. No, I'd say, yeah, no, I'd go 9.9, because what it is rather than going through one piece of cartilage here, they actually go through the one thick piece of cartilage, which is sort of two, but not two, if that makes sense. There's one piece, but it's thicker than the rest of the cartilage in your ear. So yes, I did not realise how ouchy it was going to be, so I found out very fastly. And had I not paid for it already, there would have been a good chance that I would have only got one done and not both. But seeing I got and paid for them, I figured I may as well get them both. So one would think that you would learn by your mistakes. Nah, not me. So once I got that done, I thought, well, I'll give you a bit of a journey about me and my piercings over the years. Oh, and by the way, Emily was an absolute angel. She did the job so well. She actually thought I was going to swear at her. I did swear profusely, but not at her, at the fact that it was ouching. But Emily did say that if you've got a neck rest pillow, to use that and use the centre of it. So please excuse this one, I pinched it off Eric, and there's chocolate on it, so yeah. Anyway, hello. So yeah, it's your thing there, and rather than slipping it over my neck, I actually sleep on it like that, so the rest of my head is supported, but where my ear goes is a nice big hole. So if ever you go to do stuff like that, yeah, do that, because it's a really good idea. It's very valuable knowledge, especially after getting mine done and seeing that this is what I do. I sleep on my left hand side more often than not, and yeah, I got that done. But let me take you through a little bit of a walk through my piercing life. It all started when I was 16, when I got my first ears, because I've got so many, my first earrings put in with a gun, because back in those days that's how you did it. Not what I would get done now, definitely not get it done now, because especially with cartilage area, you can shatter your ears, the cartilage, and your ears are never the same again. So if you get a choice between a gun and a proper piercing, go for the proper piercing for a start. Don't go anywhere where they're going to use a gun, because that's probably a good chance that they have no piercing experience, and yeah, very ouchy, and not very sterile in those sort of environments. Anyway, you're not here for a what's the word? Tutorial about that part. It's about my journey. So yeah, I pestered my mother till she finally relented and said, when you turn 16, if you still want to get your ears pierced, you can get your ears pierced then. And I respected my mother's wishes, and said okay. And so of course the day of my 16th birthday, I hounded and carried on like a pork chop. You said, and she said, yes, I did say so, come on, let's go. And I got my ears pierced for the very first time. So that was that. Then further down the track, when I turned 18, yes, I waited that long, I got my second ear piercing. And if you can see, my little bat hangs off my second ear piercing, and yes, they are bats. And if air stops swinging around, yeah, there you go, that's my bats. They're made out of timber. They were made for me 2 years ago by my handsome boyfriend Mitch. He made them out of timber, and they've hung there ever since then. So yeah, Valentine's Day 2 years ago. There you go. And can I show you something? I got this made for me for Valentine's this year. There's a bit of a bat theme happening, and hearts, because I love hearts. Yes, so I love this profusely and a lot. And there you go, look at that. How beautiful is that? And if you see it in person, it actually looks like tiger eye, the gemstone crystal, the tiger's eye. That's exactly what it looks like. It's beautiful. And this was also made for me for Valentine's Day this year, I think I said that, by Mr. Mitch. And because he knows, for some reason, he knows that I love bats. I don't know why. I mean, if you have a look back there, that is what I got for my 50th birthday. and it's a scrolling carving of a bat with the filigree work in the actual bat wings, and it is beautiful. So yeah, he made me that too. One day I'll take you for a walk through all the things that he's made for me over the years, because he's pretty amazing. Anyway, back to my ears. Sorry babe, but back to my ears. Put that there. Yeah, then I waited till I was 28 and got my nose pierced and the fourth hole pierced. But the nose piercing was a bit of a funny situation, because I had a friend of mine whose child or daughter went to school with my son, and she came over for a coffee one day, and we were all sitting there. Mum, of course, was there, and she turned around and she said, "Oh, gee, I like your piercing on your nose. It's really nice." And I just said, "I beg your pardon, what?" "Hey, Cooper." She said, "Yes, it's beautiful." And I said, "Really? Mind you, when I asked and spoke about it, you said no, it was disgusting, blah, blah, blah." And she said, "Oh, I thought you meant a nose ring, as in a hoop." And I said, "No, a nose ring, as in something nice and flat." So that's what I've got over this side, and you probably can't see it because I'm a little bit further away today, but anyway. Yeah, so she said, no, that's really nice and tasteful." So because I respected my mum, she didn't like anything piercing wise on faces, I didn't do it. So anyway, when she said that, I turned around to her and I said, "You realise what this means? Tomorrow I'm getting my nose pierced." And she thought I was joking until I walked in the front door and had my nose pierced. So yeah, and she was quite happy with it. She thought I was going to go for a nose ring, and I said no, because ew, you can blow your nose in there. Anyway, yeah. So then I went, when I was 29, but later on in the year I ended up going and getting my fifth hole put in. So yeah, there's 5 holes in this little gathering, and I thought, oh, got them all done, leave it at that. There's, you know, like I said, I respected my mum's wishes. I didn't get any more piercings on the face or anything. Then mum passed away 11 years ago, this year actually, and I thought, that's it, I am going to go apeshit. No, I didn't. I said, that's it, I'm going to go and get some more piercings done. But what to get done? So anyway, Ebony told me that Off Your Tree in the city was having piercing specials, because she was going into the city every day for her stuff. And I said, "Oh really?" So off we went, all the girls, as in Alyssa, Ebony and myself. We all went into the city, and Alyssa got her eyebrow piercing done. Ebony got, what did she get done? Nose piercing, I think. Yes. And I got my tragus done. And, well, tragus depends on what school you went to, so I got that done. And yeah, but I forgot one thing. Before that, when I turned 40, unbeknownst to my mum, because she wasn't, there was a technicality there, right? I got my tongue pierced, so and when she did find out about that, because she found out because the fact that I couldn't talk properly, because I had this tongue in my mouth that was very swollen. I used to do a radio show at that time too, and talking with my mouth, talking like this, and it was very hard to talk on the radio, but I did it, and I had Slurpees for the full day and the day after. Didn't eat any food, didn't drink anything warm, just Slurpee, 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 Slurpees. And yeah, that was for my 40th birthday. And when Mum turned around, she said, "What did you get that done for, blah, blah, blah?" And I said, "Well, you can't say anything about it." And she said, "Why?" And I said, "Because it's not on my face." "Yeah, but it's been," and I said, it's in my mouth, you can't see it unless I poke my tongue out, which I'm not going to poke my tongue out because I value my life. And yeah, so there you go, got that done. But then after she passed away, I got my tragus done at Off Your Tree in Elizabeth Street. Then a few months, if not a year later, I got the other tragus done from Off Your Tree in Ballarat. Then I have written this down because otherwise I'll forget. Yeah, got the other one in Ballarat. Then I got this industrial done by Anne at Off Your Tree here in where I live, or close there too. And she is an absolute angel. She's wonderful. If you need, and you're in my area, any piercings done, go and see her and let her know that I've told you, or just go and see her. Ask for Anne at Off Your Tree because she is fantastic. And yeah, so last year she did my industrial for me, so the top one there. And I also got a dermal done. So the dermal piercing lasted probably about 6-7 months. Then it just started rejecting. So it wasn't anything she'd done it perfectly, because even though it was rejecting and starting to hang, it was also stuck in there really well, because when I went to get it taken out, Anne did it for me once again. And unless you go to a doctor, they actually use a scalpel to take them out. Well, with piercing, they're not allowed to use scalpels. So she had to sort of prod it off, not prod it, but coax it off with a lot of yanking on and gentle pulling. And I said, for Christ's sake, in the end, just pull the bastard out. But anyway, no, she's excellent. So then that was January last year. Then I decided, after getting the dermal taken out, that I would get my other industrial done instead, and that was going to be for my birthday. But unfortunately, who came in to visit for the second time around, and so everything was shut down. And I waited until January this year and got this industrial done. It's still healing, it's still in healing mode, so I do get a couple of little crusty bits here and there, but nothing outstanding. And this side is nice and healed, but this top part here, and I put it down to me having bleach and stuff happening, that it's just taken that little bit longer, or taking that little bit longer to heal. So because this one on this side, I'd say within 2-3 months it was healed well and truly. As I said, this one's been January, we're towards the end of February, so yeah, probably not quite a month yet, so I've got another couple of months before it's completely healed. And then of course I went and got my Snugs done, and that's when I I am 56 this year, and at least I think I'm 56 this year. Am I 55? No, I'm 56. 56 this year, so it's been 40 years in the making to get to the Snugs. Started off when I was 16 and now I'm 56, so that's 4 years. 40, not 4. 4 years it would have been good, but no, actually accelerated. No. God, 10 years in 1 year. Yeah. Anyway, lots of babbling and waffling now. So I just thought I'm going to let you know that I'm still around and still alive and kicking, just not quite into the right headspace to be doing proper sit down in front of the desk with full face on. And hopefully you don't mind. I apologise if I offend you by looking like this. Nothing I can do about it. This is me. But I will be back with full gear and masks on and face makeup on and everything in the next week or so, I'd say. Once I'm over what I'm doing or what's going on, I'm sure my head will stop being a pain in the bum. Anywho, I do apologise for the sound of the roaring fan in the background, but if I don't have my fan on, I die of heat, and it doesn't take much for me to die of heat. Just, I need air movement all around. Anyway, alright, enough waffling on, and I will see you in my next video, and hopefully that will be on Friday. If not, I will be back on Wednesday, but if not, you will see me beforehand on Friday to annoy you with some B-grade movies that I've been watching as well. So yeah, and then we might even have some photos of the apparel that I have been purchasing. And yeah, but I'm not making any promises because I've got to wait for my photographer to be here for that. So yeah, alright, as I always say, take care of yourself, look after yourself, treat others as you would like to be treated, wear a mask, wash your hands, and stay safe. Alright, bye. Bye.